Am I able to cram every last service necessary into one single tiny tile in City Skylines 2 to produce a fully functional, happy and profitable city? Well, stay tuned and you will not be disappointed. We are one single tile and a massive ring road that I've put in. 6 lanes of traffic. Let's hope that this can manage the traffic sufficiently. First things first, we're going to start by looking at where the wind direction is going, because this is going to massively influence where we put our polluting services. Now, the wind is going west relative to where we're looking right now. So what I'm actually going to do is draw out we're going to stick with a 4-lane road just so we've got ourselves a nice, decent amount of traffic that can come along these areas. And I'm going to bring this road directly along our 6-lane road here, and then we're going to bring it down pretty steeply like this. And from here, we're going to bring some roads out, and we're going to have to start considering our first thing, which is going to be power. Now, looking at all of our services here, I would love to put in a nuclear power plant, but it would take up quite literally our entire square here. And looking at all the other services, I mean, however lovely it would be to have some renewable energy, even wind turbines, for example, they're just too big. We would be covering our entire tile with them. We look at standard coal power plants are massive. Even a gas power plant is just way too big. So I'm thinking we stick in a coal power plant. Now, stay with me here, guys. My thinking with the coal power plant, right, is it is a relatively small facility. However, it does not produce much electricity. I mean, 20 megawatts, that seriously is not much, especially if we're hoping to get ourselves an absolutely massive city. So I actually think I'm going to go back on my word. We're going to delete this and get rid of this little road for the time being, because I genuinely think, however crazy this is going to look, considering how small our tile is, I genuinely believe having ourselves a gas power plant here will just make so much more sense in the long run. Because if our small coal power plant reaches capacity, then that's literally it. We can't grow our city anymore. So we're going to take the very bold leap here. We're actually going to get ourselves an additional turbine here just to maximize how much energy we're producing. We could go for an exhaust filter. Why don't we go for an advanced furnace as well? We're just going to give our power plant as many upgrades as possible here. We're actually going to go back to my original plan and have ourselves a proper full-on 6-lane road here that we're going to stick along here. That's going to take us to the heart of our more polluting services. We're going to drag a little road here and make sure we also have sufficient space for a couple of transformer stations. Just going to make sure we connect up these transformer stations properly. I don't anticipate much traffic coming through here, so I think if we get ourselves, I know what we're going to do. We're going to get ourselves a medium roundabout like this. We're going to connect up this road like this here, and then we're going to continue a fairly decently sized 4-lane road right along here. That's going to come directly along our power plant here, trying to be as space efficient as possible. Now, what I'm going to do here, guys, is actually put in an industrial waste processing site. Look at how many garbage trucks it can deploy. 250? I mean, compared to a recycling center with only 15, I think this is a really good choice, especially considering our incineration plant is massive. I guess we could have used this to actually produce electricity, but again, only 40 megawatts, it's not actually that much. So we're going to stick our industrial waste processing plant directly along this main road here. And we're also going to get ourselves a standard road along here. And we're going to chuck in a recycling center too, because we need our standard waste to be processed as well. And so that should do the job. And so we've basically got ourselves our power station here that's served by this small gravel road. I don't actually really think much traffic's going to be coming down here, and definitely not much going down to our transformer stations. The majority of the traffic from this road is going to continue on this 4-lane road directly down to our waste processing units. And so the last thing we actually have to do right now is just add ourselves a few on and off ramps here. Not symmetrical, but it will do the job. Next things up is going to be water. Once again, we could get ourselves a few water towers around here, right? Or even a groundwater pumping station. However, we then have to consider sewage, and I've come to realize that I actually very wisely chose a tile well away from our river over here. I kind of did that strategically because I thought to myself, any water that's taking up this tile is just going to be, well, we're not going to be being space efficient with that. So I thought to myself, instead, how about we get ourselves a water treatment plant? Because it processes water, but it also allows us to give that water back into society. And looking at this, if it treats 400,000 cubic meters per month and purifies 50%, then we get ourselves 200,000 cubic meters a month of water. Does that make sense? I think so. And if we compare that to like the 30,000 per water tower, that's a lot of water, so it should do the job. Now, what we're going to do with our water treatment plant is actually stick it directly on this main road here. I don't anticipate it using, well, much traffic at all because it doesn't deploy any vehicles. So if we stick it just at the entrance of this road here, it should be far away enough that this gas power plant doesn't pollute the ground around here. And even if it does, considering it's all being like worked through pipes, I don't think it would actually cause any issues, so that's good. And that should actually do the job, I think. And we'll connect it directly up to our roundabout, just like this. Now, I do just want to take a second, guys, to get myself a absolutely massive roundabout, and I'm going to stick it here because this Great Ring Road here is basically going to be the border of our services tile. However, I want us to have a key entry and exit point, and this roundabout here is going to be it. We're also going to have one in this bottom corner just to distribute traffic a little bit, but that should work out pretty nicely. And from each of these directions, we're just going to have some massive roads going off in all directions to our city. Next things up, fire service. Now, we could build ourselves a fire station. However, it is absolutely immense. I don't think there's any beating around the bush. It is huge. Only 10 fire engines compared to 6 fire engines of a city firehouse, and look at how much smaller it is. And so what I propose we do, considering this road isn't actually going to be serving much, what if we get ourselves a city firehouse? And how about we get another one, and another one, and another one? That's already 24 fire engines, which would be the equivalent of over 2 standard sized fire stations. So I kind of like the size of that already. I presume a standard police station is going to be, yeah, it's pretty big to be fair. And it's got 25 jail capacity, 6 patrol cars, compared to like double that, over double that for the city police station. So how about we get ourselves a few city police stations here as well? Our prison would be really good as well, but we simply do not have space for it. However, I think 2 city police stations should do the job for us now. So we cannot complain too much about that. Next things up is healthcare, and I think we are going to have to take the hit with a massive hospital because healthcare is just so critical in this game. I can't like massively imagine hospitals complaining about ground pollution too much because they're not like drilling anything and everything's indoors. So what if we get ourselves a hospital here? We'll add a specialized treatment ward and a helipad, and we'll get ourselves a trauma center just so we're making sure everything is covered. And then on top of this, guys, what we're going to do is get a pretty substantial 6-lane road just like we did on the other side of our tile here. We're going to drag it out and we'll bring it directly here, making sure we have ourselves a nice on and off ramp there. This road is going to immediately feed into our hospital. And there we go. That should serve our city pretty nicely. Next things up, education. And I've tried to leave our schools as far away from our polluting side as possible. This road should just about do the job. And we're going to stick ourselves a couple of city elementary schools along here. We're going to get ourselves a city high school here. And this little bridge is very conveniently going to go over to our high school here. We're going to get ourselves as many upgrades as we can, like extension floors and stuff. And hopefully this is going to cater for our educational needs. Oh God, I dread to think about the traffic that we're creating here. We'll definitely need some kind of post office here to make people happy. So how about we just stick it at the end of this road here? Telecoms is also a critical thing, so we're going to have this right here. And this is looking pretty good, guys, so far. I mean, I think we've got all of the services we need for a functioning city here. I mean, do comment below if you see something terrible happening apart from obviously the impending traffic I'm sure we're going to have here. This 6-lane road coming back down here. The same happening for this 6-lane road. We're going to have ourselves a lovely 6-lane road coming up here and another one down here. I then also envision having an absolutely enormous road that comes directly around all of this. Once again, purely for traffic management, because I'm currently petrified as to what's going to be happening when we start to actually invite people into this area. So what we're then going to have at every junction here, we'll go for a different type of roundabout in every corner. And this is then going to just shoot off into every single direction. Now, wind is going in this direction, so we're going to have ourselves some industry here, but let's start off with a little bit of residential. I'm personally not the biggest fan of grids, but considering we've got no services to actually make this area interesting, I don't see why we can't just have ourselves a massive grid here. So why don't we have a road that comes all the way down here to this roundabout? And wow, things are already spawning in. That is, we'll go for a little bit of commercial along here as well to keep our residents happy. And now, guys, we've got loads of issues with water right now. I feel like we might need a water tower just to get things started. So let's just stick one here. It's not the end of the world. Things are all connected up now, which is great. However, we still have massive demand for water. I guess it's all of our services, to be fair. So let's just stick a few more water towers for the time being, just to make sure everything starts running smoothly, at the very least to start off with. we've got an immense medium density demand, so we're going to do the exact same as we did for our low density area just there and get ourselves a beautiful grid along here. And hopefully this is going to bring even more people into our city. Oh, guys, I just realized something. You've probably all just been screaming at your screens at this point, and I'm so sorry, but we've got no outside connection. How stupid am I? Okay, so how about we get ourselves a road? Let's go for a 6-lane road because it's probably going to be an extremely busy in and out road coming in and out of our city. We're going to buy a load of tiles. That highway is no more, and we're going to chuck in a nice trumpet intersection, which I absolutely love. I mean, they're just so compact and they work really well. So we're going to connect up all of these roads here, and hopefully our population is actually going to increase now. Okay, there we go. People can actually join our city now. And so you know the drill by now, guys. In come the grids. And for high density, we're going to start off with low rent housing because we actually need a load of people to start working in the industry we are about to develop. And considering our high industrial demand, how about we get onto that right now? And hopefully this will start to create some jobs for our people, which is going to be very much needed. And look at that. I mean, this is spawning in like wildfire. Surely this is a sign that industry is needed. Lack of high-skilled labor over here. High-skilled labor, it's a shop. It's just a store. It's nothing special. Like, surely having elementary and high school education, which we most definitely have here, will be enough for our people. Which does make me think we did not ever add in a college, which would have been probably too big anyways, to be fair. So look at this, we've got loads of traffic coming in. So, I mean, at least we're doing one thing right, I suppose. Our population is booming. Okay, we've got loads more residential demand. Oh no, I completely forgot. Oh my God, I absolutely knew I forgot something. We need a crematorium. I mean, a cemetery is going to be ridiculous to have here. I mean, we're not going to fit it in anywhere. So, oh man, can we fit a crematorium in anywhere? I mean, maybe if we shift our hospital all the way down to the end of this road here. Oh, still we can't fit it in. I'll tell you what, guys, I'm going to do something absolutely terrible. I'm going to get rid of one of our high schools because a crematorium is super, super critical for our city. And still nothing? Oh my God. Okay. In our high school, I feel like we need to find another place for our crematorium. Maybe if we get rid of this silly thing over here, because I don't actually even know if it was doing much. So we're just going to cordon this entire area off, and let's just chuck in a couple of crematoriums. That should make people happy. I can't believe I forgot that. And with that massive residential demand, well, we're going to spawn in most definitely a load more low density housing. And we've got office demand, believe it or not. So how about we get ourselves a tile to satisfy our office demand as well? I've decided to add ourselves a massive high density district here. And so guys, we're just going to let the simulation run for a little bit now, and we'll see what happens. Okay guys, we've left this simulation to run for a fair amount of time now. So let's take a look and see what's happening. Oh my goodness, guys, I've like left this for such a long time. I was expecting so many complaints, but not a single complaint at all over here, which is amazing. The only thing they're complaining about is an industry with high resource costs, and I think we should be able... Hey guys, look at this! Is it just me who's amazed by this? But we have literally... I mean, I guess this is like any other city, but we've just concentrated everything in the center. But considering we've got some pretty expensive services like massive recycling and industrial waste processing units and a huge power plant for a relatively small little village, or town I guess you could call it now, I'm surprised we are actually making this much money. And so I think we definitely can reduce the taxes on industry. We'll take it all the way down to 6% to try to make them a little happier. We'll bring residential tax up to 12%. We'll do commercial down a bit as well. And we'll bring office up to 12% also. And we'll keep our services the same. Okay, fair enough. Well, let's take a little look. Let's go one by each service, and we will take what our capacity is like. So for energy, we are making way more than we need, so that is amazing. Water, we're getting close to needing a little bit more. Actually, considering where we're at right now, guys, how about we stick in a few more water towers, considering we've got the money for it, so we are never going to have to worry about water demand again. Healthcare looks good as well. We haven't got many sick or unwell residents within our city. Our crematorium is doing pretty well as well, so that is amazing. Garbage disposal, I mean, we've got 500 tons a month of garbage, and we can process a stupid amount more, so that is perfectly fine as well. Education is a really annoying one because the more people we get, the more schools we're going to need, but we literally have absolutely zero capacity for any more education. So I guess I'm sorry to our residents, but education is going to be purely for the lucky and for the elites because, well, we really don't have any more space in this tile to build ourselves any more education, unfortunately. Firefighting's amazing. Our police service is doing pretty good as well. And obviously we've got no public transport because putting bus stops around here, putting post boxes, all counts as services, and that would be external to this square. So yeah, we cannot have that. And traffic seems to be doing amazingly as well, which I'm surprised about considering, like, in this area alone, we've got ambulances, fire engines, police cars, and loads of waste disposal units all departing and entering, but things seem to be pretty good, which is amazing. I'm very, very happy with this, guys. And as you can see, we have got ourselves ambulances stretching and spanning into every corner of our village. I'm going to call it a city by now. I mean, considering we've got 16,000 people, I'm sure there are some cities with that kind of population, surely. Our fire engines are literally all localized right now to our central square. I guess there are no fires happening right now. And our police are fully on patrol, which is absolutely amazing. And so I'll be honest with you guys, despite the immense traffic jam we've got over here, which kind of makes sense considering how, like, busy our city has very, very quickly and suddenly become, I think we're pretty successful. I think we've done a pretty good job. We've got ourselves some beautiful medium density blocks, just like this one here. Absolutely loads of low density residential going right into the distance down there. We've even started to spawn in a little bit of high density, so this will just continue to grow over time as well. And my goodness, there is a lot of space to fill for high density. I'll be honest with you guys, I genuinely didn't think this was going to be successful. I thought this would be an absolute traffic nightmare, but by the looks of it, things are actually going pretty well, and I'm very happy with that. This central tile seems to be extremely efficient, producing all of the services we need, barring education, but we can't really do anything about that, so we're just going to have to live with a society that lives in a blissful ignorance, lacking in much education, I suppose. But nevertheless, I'm really happy with how this has gone. So yeah, guys, I'm going to count this absolutely as a massive success. And I hope you enjoyed this very exciting episode of City Skylines 2. If you enjoyed these kinds of videos and you want to see me experimenting more, playing around with all sorts of crazy and wacky scenarios in this game, then make sure you leave a comment below to give me even more inspiration. If you enjoyed this video, then make sure you leave a like as well, because it makes a world of difference to my channel, and I will be forever thankful. Thank you all so very, very much for watching once again. Make sure you subscribe to stay tuned with even more City Skylines 2 content, and I will see you all very, very soon.